Heather Mills has made many headlines over the decades, from losing her lower leg during her modeling days to marrying and famously divorcing musician Paul McCartney in a blaze of acrimony. And now her story is set to be told in a new Channel 5 documentary titled The Trials of Heather Mills, which will look back on Heather's tough childhood and tumultuous marriage to Paul. Now, 15 years after her separation from the richest Beatles singer, The Mirror looks back at how the controversial star became such a figure of hate in the public eye. Family fights. Heather and Paul were first introduced by Piers Morgan in May 1999 at the Pride of Britain Awards in London when Paul presented an award in his late wife Linda's name. They married in 2002 and had a daughter together named Beatrice. However, Paul's other daughter, Stella, famously didn't see eye to eye with Heather. Heather told The Things, "Every week, Stella tried to break up our marriage. She was so jealous. She wasn't interested in her dad's happiness. I can't protect her any longer. She's done some evil things." Years later, Piers Morgan admitted Stella is still furious with him for introducing them. He said, "Whenever I see Stella, she prods me in the ribs and says, 'Dad is really grateful you cost him £50 million. Thanks for that.' I'm sure Stella's thrilled, too, because it's her inheritance." After a series of explosive rows, the couple divorced in 2009 and Heather told reporters at the time, "I'm so glad it's over." Acrimonious divorce. A bitter divorce ensued, with McCartney filing on the grounds of unreasonable behavior. The pair then thrashed it out in court as Heather demanded £125 million of the Beatles legend's money. Heather accused Paul of regularly being drunk and smoking cannabis, and also alleged that he had been physically abusive. In his final judgment, Mr. Justice Bennett said he found that her evidence was, not just inconsistent and inaccurate but also less than candid. He added, "Overall she was a less than impressive witness." The court ruled in McCartney's favor, awarding her just £24.3 million. The singer insisted on the full judgment being released to the press, despite Heather's attempts to stop it. In response, she poured a glass of water over the head of Sir Paul McCartney's lawyer Fiona Shackleton. Following the bitter divorce, the former Beatles star described his marriage to Heather as one of the biggest mistakes of his life. In 2008, he was asked if it was his worst error in the last decade. He replied, "Okay, yeah. I suppose that has to be the prime contender." Though added, "I don't want to down anyone. These things happen. I tend to look at the positive side, which is that I have another beautiful daughter out of it." New husband Heather, who vowed to never walk down the aisle again following her split with Paul, reportedly remarried in 2021. She was said to have tied the knot with businessman boyfriend Mike Dickman, then 36, in a private ceremony. The pair first met as strangers on a train, where the mom of one handed him a flirty note that read, "I think you're hot. Email me." They went public in 2019 and 2 years later, it's believed they got engaged on the palm-fringed sand at the Anantara resort. Heather's rumored new husband apparently runs in showbiz circles and counts many of the Made in Chelsea crowd, including Georgia Toffolo, as pals. New career. The ex-model started a new venture following her split from Paul in 2008 and branched into vegan food, opening 2 factories, including taking on the premises of Walker's. At the time, she said, "Everyone was laughing at veganism, 25 years ago, saying we were nuts. It's brilliant everyone has caught on to the plant-based movement. Heather has always been an advocate for many charities and donated millions to good causes, including her 2007 fee for America's Strictly Dancing with the Stars. She was the world's first ever amputee on the show and donated her feet to Viva the Animal charity, before competing on 2010's Dancing on Ice. She then appeared on Channel 4's The Jump, and set a skiing world record as the fastest disabled woman in the world, launching down the slopes at 103.6 miles per hour. Heather even won 4 gold medals with the British Paralympic ski team in Aspen and a silver medal in New Zealand. How she spent her divorce settlement. After famously divorcing Paul in 2008, Heather was awarded a £24.3 million settlement, plus payments of £35,000 per annum for a nanny and school costs for their child. In 2009, Heather bought Bites, a vegan food company, and later said she invested £23 million into the firm after the government refused her a loan. Last year, the 55-year-old opened up about her outlook on money in an interview on the Argus podcast, stating that she hasn't struggled financially as an adult. Heather explained that she did not feel connected money until it was used as a driving force to make positive change. My mum left when I was 9 and my dad went to prison when I was 13. I had to bring up the family. I appreciated the value of money, she said. But I also understand how it could make a difference. Why die on a tomb of it when you can do something with it? Never understood people who were obsessed with money. It never been connected to it. It always managed to make it and make a difference with it. The Trials of Heather Mills airs tonight at 9 p.m. on Channel 5.
Now take